when we talk about pairing your favorite cigars with a drink, you need to know that pairing your cigar is not about getting the best flavor to accompany a cigar, but it's to just enjoy the cigar more. So if you have a non-alcoholic or an alcoholic beverage, you are sure to know that at least you have something to accompany your cigar. So basically, before we start, I want to say, do not have a cigar on an empty stomach. You're going to get nauseous. It's not going to be nice, and your experience is going to be ruined. Okay, so if you had a nice meal, the lining is in, you are sorted to enjoy your cigar, whichever strength it might be. So you got into cigars. Obviously, you probably started with milder cigars, like most of us did, and then you work your way up to a more full-bodied cigar. I have some cigars with me. I don't have as much mild cigars, but I do have some mild to medium and some full-bodied cigars. And I'm going to go through the cigars and my recommended pairing. Let me just add that the best for you is to experience what you like and then decide what you want from there on. So, firstly, I'm going to go with mild to medium, what some might consider to be mild. I would say our all-time favorite Romeo Julieta number two. This one over here, and this is a Cuban cigar. And most entry-level cigar aficionados, this is their favorite go-to. Even for me, now and then, if you don't have 2 hours to spare and you have an hour, this is a petite Corona. You can enjoy the cigar. Okay. So the nice thing about your mild to medium bodied cigars, you can have it with almost anything. Okay. So my recommendation, if you're gonna have a lunchtime cigar, the best pairing for your cigar would be a nice cup of coffee. So you have your coffee and you have your cigar. Okay. For me personally, I like to have my floss because for the duration of the cigar, a normal cup of coffee don't last as long. So I will have a nice cup of coffee and then I will try to space it out as I have my cigar. And then when I have my last puff, I'll always be sure to have one more sip left of my coffee in the flask, still at nice temperature, in order to wash my palate and then still have a taste. Well, some aficionados, they prefer to have the cigar smell, the cigar taste in their mouth. Well, the choice is yours. Okay. So then, if I can just continue talking about the coffee for a while, for me, I prefer Kenyan blend. So I got this from Woolies. Uh, Ground coffee, Kenya, and I think it's called Blue Mountain. Okay, so if you just look for coffee, it's a nice strong coffee, and I like to make it with a lot of milk. I like to make it a bit creamy, and I like to have that with my cigar. Now, if you are a South African person or you are a British person, you tend to lean more towards a cup of tea. Tea is the most perfect, except for coffee, pairing to your cigar that few people know about. My favorite is strong English tea. Okay. The other day I had some English breakfast and it was too weak for me. So for South Africans, Five Roses green tea, I like that. Rooibos tea is also a little bit too weak, but I would like to have my tea, and then you can choose whether you want to have it black, with or without sugar, or white. I like to have my tea normal with 2 sugars, for a bigger cup than this 2 sugars, and I'll have some milk with it. Okay. My wife, she likes to have a tea much stronger than mine, but she doesn't smoke cigars either, so she likes the tea for the taste. So now, um, those are your non-alcoholic options. If you also do a soft drink. Me personally, the only soft drink I might have with a cigar, or it might be a Coca-Cola or something, but even a Coke is for me too overbearing for a cigar because of that sweetness and the bubbles. It doesn't go well for me. I personally don't like it. Many people do, especially the Americans. They like to have the Dr. Pepper or the Coke or Pepsi if they have a cigar. Now, still on medium, light to medium bodied cigars, you can enjoy it with a nice rosé. So the one that I have here, one of our favorites here in Western Cape, is this is a Jakkalsvlei Pinotage Rosé, quite nice, 30% volume, and we have it with most meals over here. Okay, I know there's a rule that says white wines with seafood and white meat and red with red. Either or, we enjoy. For me personally, I like rosé or white wine. The wife she likes the red wine. Okay, so and also, if you are enjoying your wine, okay, sometimes the intake of the wine, okay, you cannot judge it according to how you're smoking your cigar. So you need to decide. For me, the best choice I have, and I don't have an example here, is to have maybe a sparkling wine. So either a sparkling wine or Moscato with the cigar, it goes well, okay, without you having that buzzy feeling. Remember, going back to the first part, Do not do it on an empty stomach, because then all of this information that I'm giving you is going to be pretty useless. Your experience is going to be ugly anyway. So you have your medium cigars, mild to medium, with your various pairings. Now, in between for a medium bodied cigar, I would also add you can have a nice beer. Okay, beer goes well with food, goes well with cigars, it goes well on its own. Okay, so I have here Castle Light, also very popular here in South Africa, and this is a good choice to have with a medium bodied cigar. It doesn't overpower the cigar itself. You do get more potent beers like Black Label. Black Label I will choose to have with a more full bodied cigar. Now, in terms of medium bodied cigars, I will go with a Cohiba Robusto. Okay, so Cohiba Robusto, one of my all-time favorites, also Cuban. This one goes with most, but the best pairing with a Cohiba is a very, very good Scotch. And with me here, it's just you have the Glenmorangie 12-year-old. This is a staple Scotch for most people, and quite smooth. So the nice citrus vanilla taste of the whiskey, okay, is very nice with the Cohiba. This is a match made in heaven. Okay, so uh, you have your choice of whether you want to use Scotch, you want to use Irish whiskey, or you want to use American whiskey, bourbon, Tennessee whiskey. This is my choice, and like I said, for a medium bodied cigar, yeah, very nice whiskey. Okay, I do not have rum or brandy, so if you have also medium bodied cigars, a good rum, cognac, brandy will work. It will work. Okay, it will do wonders. Now, also with your medium bodied to full. So medium to full. Okay, so here I've mentioned the cigar previously. Very few people know about the cigar. This is a Zimbabwean made cigar. Okay, Mosi Awatunya. And this cigar has been aging with me for a few months now. And this is a medium to full bodied cigar. And with this one, okay, I would still recommend a good scotch or strong coffee. So whereas with a medium cigar, with a mild to medium, I will have a single shot of espresso. With this one, I'll have a double shot of espresso. You know, the company's called the Cigar Profile. So if I have a complete full bodied cigar, of which I don't have, I finished I had in the week, I had a couple of full bodied cigars. I had the Cabreras Black, okay, it's a very nice full bodied cigar. So if you do have full bodied cigar, I would then recommend you also have your coffee, as I mentioned, a double shot espresso, or you can have a very good red wine. Okay, so as you can see here, this one of our local ones here, and it is a blend. Okay, so very good red wine with your stronger full bodied cigars. You have either the rosé or white wine for your medium, or you can have a scotch and then a beer as well. And as I mentioned, for any type of cigar of any strength, coffee always goes good with it in whichever various way you choose to have your coffee. Okay. The main purpose of pairing is to enjoy the cigar, is to enjoy your cigar experience, and it's not to alter the taste of the cigar. Okay, so it is a myth that in order to make the cigar more bearable, you need to pair it with something nice. Then the cigar is not meant for you, because the cigar's flavor gives you all the satisfaction that you need in terms of the flavor. So the pairing, it is just that. It is an accompaniment to your cigar to make the overall experience better, not necessarily the taste of the cigar. And if you want to know, the main thing that you always need to do through your smoking is also to hydrate. Okay, so hydration is important, and water, and if you have sparkling water, is a brilliant palate cleanser. If you're going to have an afternoon or evening of smoking cigars, and you have different cigars, this is a nice palate cleanser between cigars, and it keeps you hydrated as well. Okay, because you know the nicotine, it has that dehydration effect as well. Okay, so that is just my 2 cents. The best way is to try various forms of pairing, and then you let me know what is your favorite. Bye bye.